Lucius has the power to create and bring back anyone? We start chapter 350 of Black Clover with Asta catching the fallen paladin in his arms. Demon Slasher has seemingly cleansed her soul, removing Lucius's manipulation. No more purified devil, no more mind control. Now the fight is over. There's no reason to stay angry with the sister. Gently, the Black Bull descends to the ground, Lily in his arms. He lays her down on a patch of unfrozen tiles, giving her a chance to recover. And finally, Sister Lily can bring herself to speak. She croaks out Asta's name, her throat already sore. There are tears in her eyes as she tries to explain herself. After all that, her first thought is Asta. She needs to apologize for all the things she said to him. Being forced to oppose her ward must have been hard, even with Lucius' encoding on her soul. And telling Asta that he had to die, that this was for the benefit of the world. After a lifetime of thinking he was worthless, Lily knows that every word she said has to have been like a dagger for Asta. She's gotta be feeling really guilty, but now she's able to think for herself. Asta's surprised to even hear Lily say this, however. She's sorry? He just hit her with a sword. There was no way to be sure what using Demon Slasher against a paladin would do to them. He's bewildered for a second before making it clear to the sister that he doesn't care about anything she said. He's just glad it worked out and that she's back to normal. But that's not enough to make Lily feel better. The sister explains for the first time a little about her past. Despite growing up in the noble realm, she was troubled by how the Clover Kingdom's high-ranking families discriminated against those without powerful magic. For someone as compassionate as Lily, that has to hurt. And that's why she joined the church in the first place, trying to serve an organization that didn't treat nobles and commoners differently. Unfortunately for Lily, however, she felt the church wasn't really any better in practice. There was still discrimination, still classism. The church ultimately serves the nation's status quo. Praying to God didn't help her change the world. That's the whole reason she ran away to a backwater like Hage Village in the first place. She desperately wanted to help someone. The people in the Forsaken Realm were the ones who really needed it. That's why she tried to raise the orphans and inspire them. In the anime, she even started a school for the kids, trying to help them achieve their dreams. But she ended up on a very different path thanks to Lucius. As a paladin, Lily was a ruthless executioner of Lucius's grand plan, happy to kill almost anyone she needed to in order to bring about that new world, even Asta. It feels like she didn't save anyone in the end. That's when Ryuya enters to tear down that idea. The Shogun may not have met Sister Lily before, but he knows enough of what is going on here to argue with this bleak viewpoint. Lily did save someone. She saved Asta. He got stronger because she raised him and encouraged his dreams. And now, she can rely on him to do the same thing. He'll save her. Lily can't dispute that. She looks up at Asta and his new friend, smiling through her tears. She closes her eyes for a second, about to rest. But even at the end of her physical endurance like this, Sister Lily knows she can do more. She focuses her gaze upward, talking directly to Asta. Lucius is much further along with his plans than they knew. He's already getting ready for a final battle in the Clover Kingdom. There are only 3 days left until things come to a head. Until Judgment Day. He currently plans to drain the magic from his siblings. He's using the cross as something more than a metaphor. He's going to combine their body, blood, and bone magic with his own soul magic to gain an insane amount of power. So, the simplest way to win might just be to free these Ogratis siblings. Maybe even join forces with them, which we predicted with a theory video in the past. Lucius already had some ability to use this power. That explains why Heath Grice has returned as a paladin. Perhaps by Judgment Day he will have fully drained his siblings, however. That way, he'll no longer need the throne for this stuff. He can go wherever he wants and alter people's minds and bodies with just a wave of his hand. He'd basically be a god. And with that power, he could take control of all the world's magic. After all, magic is just a matter of people. If you control the souls of every mortal, you'll control their magic too. Remember what the Spade Kingdom was doing with that mobile fortress powered by captured commoners? Imagine that on a global scale. Everyone's magic, their life force, being drawn upon by one central magic user. Lucius's power would be unlimited. Ryuya looks somber as Lily makes it clear the Land of the Sun won't be safe from Judgment Day. The group is silent for a few seconds before Lily starts to sob once again. She can't separate her actions as a paladin from what she'd willingly choose. It would feel like she had decided to follow Lucius. Thus, in her last moments, she just tries as hard as she can to apologize to Asta and Ryuya. She joined Lucius, unleashed a 5-headed dragon. She's made things worse for everyone. But Asta interrupts her. It wasn't her fault. He won't let Lily take the fall for this. Lucius's magic forced her hand. Even if it didn't feel that way, it wasn't Lily's fault. The sister's eyelids start to droop. It's hard to tell if she believes that. She appears exhausted rather than relieved. Still, she manages 3 last words to try and help that enthusiastic magicless boy one last time. Thank you, Asta. And with that, Lily Aquaria is dreadfully, painfully still. The tears stop, her eyes are closed. A painful silence falls across the group. Asta calls for the sister, not sure what just happened. He doesn't want to believe she's gone, both because of how deeply he loves Sister Lily, the woman who raised him, and because it was his sword that did this. Asta isn't responsible for her fate. Lucius pushed Lily into this, but it wasn't Lucius's hand on Demon Slasher. Whatever logic might tell him, it's going to be hard for Asta to not feel like this was his fault. Ryuya looks grim. Even the merry shogun of the Land of the Sun can't come up with a joke in a situation like this. Still, he claims that Lily is not dead. Presumably, he thinks she's in a coma or something like that. However, the only thing that will allow her to open her eyes again is Asta defeating Lucius. Wait, what? How would that work? Even with Ryuya's all-seeing clairvoyance, this is a weird conclusion to jump to. If Asta's Demon Slasher strike broke the magic that made Lily a paladin, then he broke it. How would beating Lucius do anything? There shouldn't be any traces of this spell still active on Lily. Either the magic is there, or it isn't. There are ways to heal Lily if she's not really dead. Lucius might be able to help treat this ailment with his soul magic, but just beating him shouldn't do anything. Maybe this is just Tabata wanting to give Asta a way out of this situation. Any magic system gives way to what the author needs. He might not want Asta to have to live with the guilt of killing the sister, even if this whole tragedy idea raises the stakes. Thus, he can make Lucius a load-bearing boss. Everything he's done gets undone when his plan fails. Still, there's another possibility. Could Ryuya be lying to Asta to try and keep him focused on Lucius? They've got a 3-day time limit. He quite literally doesn't have time to grieve the sister's loss. In fact, Ryuya specified that she'd open her eyes rather than recover. Either way, Ryuya orders Fumito to use recovery magic on Lily. Asta thanks him for his help as one of the fish spirits starts to carry Lily away. Within the water, her tears gone, Lily looks finally at peace. Asta tells the young nun to wait for him. A dark look coming over his face, he swears that he will defeat Lucius, no matter what. But before that, he has to end the fight here. Turning around, Asta looks up at the gigantic, 5-headed kaiju looming over the town. If he's going to take on Lucius, he can't lose here. He'll slay the dragon himself. The creature roars, fully healed and ready for the fight. As always, I'm Slice of Otaku. Thank you all so much for watching and have an awesome day. I love you.